Good morning and a very warm welcome to Holy Trinity Church in Maisons-Laffitte. And this is the sermon for the 6th Sunday after Easter. Peace be with you. Peace be with you is something we so often say in church. And we say it so often that we might not actually stop to think about what it means. What do we mean when we say to each other, "The peace of the Lord be always with you"? What kind of peace are we offering to one another? For many people, peace means quiet, stillness, a feeling of calm. But life isn't often like that, is it? Life is noisy. Life is chaotically full at times. It's often messy, and life rarely sits still. So how do we find peace when life doesn't feel peaceful? When things are busy, when things are uncertain, or even painful? Now that's the question that our readings set for today help us to explore. The readings are in the description. But the reading from Acts, Paul is in the middle of a missionary travel and things are not going to plan. He tries twice to go where he thinks God is sending him, but both times he is blocked. There's no explanation, just a closed door. It must have been frustrating, and he had a mission, he had a message to share, and yet he couldn't do that, and it wasn't actually clear where he was meant to go next. And then in the night, Paul has this vision. A man from Macedonia says, "Come and help us." It's not a detailed plan. This is not a strategy. It's just cry for help. Come and help us. But Paul listens and Paul goes, and he trusts the direction without clarity. When they arrive in Philippi, it's not what they might have expected. There is no synagogue for them to preach in. So they head to the river, a place of prayer on the margins of the city, perhaps a place where people often go to seek peace. And there they meet Lydia. And Lydia is a businesswoman. She's very important. She is a dealer in purple cloth. And this is a woman of means. But she's also a seeker. And in that riverside conversation, something happens. She listens, and God opens her heart, and she and all her household are baptized. Peace breaks in, not through certainty or success, but just through this quiet encounter in an unexpected place. And isn't that how God often works? Paul didn't plan to meet Lydia. He didn't even aim to go to Macedonia. But by showing up, by paying attention, by responding in faith, peace found him, peace found Lydia. Peace not of having an all neat life, but the peace that comes through trusting God within the mess and within the uncertainty. That's something that's really worth us holding on to, because many of us know what it's like to live without clarity at times. We carry things that we didn't choose. Our plans may fall apart at the last minute. We love people who may be struggling in their lives, and we wake up some mornings not sure of what's coming next. The world doesn't pause to give us time to figure it all out. And yet into all of that, Jesus says, peace, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. This is not a peace dependent on things going right. It's not the peace of certainty or comfort that we often feel. It's the peace of God's presence, the kind of peace that lives alongside fear and confusion and says, even here, even in the place that you are right at this moment, you are not alone. Jesus says those words to his disciples just before their world falls apart, because he knows that they are afraid. He knows what's coming, the cross, the scattering, the grief, and yet still he says, do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not be afraid. Hold on. He promises his Spirit, the advocate, the helper, the same Spirit who directed Paul's steps, the same Spirit who opened Lydia's hearts, the same Spirit who is with us now in this space, in our stories, in the waters of baptism. Because today at the church, in the middle of all the noise and the uncertainty of the world, we are just so happy to welcome baby George into the life of Christ. George is baptized into a family of faith that promises to love him, to guide him, to pray for him, and to remind him time and again that he belongs to God. Baptism is not a sign that everything will be simple. It's a sign that come what may, this child is held. This child is held by grace, that God's peace is already at work in him, that even in the chaos of life, the Spirit is still moving. So when we ask, how do we find peace when life's a mess? Maybe the answer isn't in having the mess all sorted out. Maybe peace comes when we begin to trust God in the detours that life throws us, when we stop demanding certainty and we start listening for the voice that says, come over and help. Maybe peace comes in small, quiet moments, by a river, in a conversation, in the opening of our heart to a stranger. Maybe it comes when we stop trying to earn peace and simply receive it as the gift it is, and it is freely given. And maybe it comes when we become peacemakers ourselves, like Lydia, who didn't just receive peace, she offered hospitality. She built community. She said yes to God, and then she said yes to others. The world is still messy. Our lives are too. But into that mess, Jesus still speaks today. Peace. Be still. And sometimes when we listen, something deep within us settles, not because everything is suddenly fixed, but because we remember we are often in a storm, but somebody is in the boat with us. So today, may we walk forward like Paul, even when the way is unclear. May we be open-hearted, like Lydia, ready to listen, ready to welcome. And may we, with baby George, be held in the peace of Christ, a peace not as the world gives, but as only God can give, quiet, faithful, and strong enough to carry us through. Peace be with you, my friends. Have a great week.